What's up, you motherfuckers? Welcome back to Unnamed, Uncensored, right here on Thy Evil Network. This is episode 4. Right here in a place where, unlike Spidey, we wear our underoos on the inside. If we wear any at all. I'm Bones. This is Trey.
I'm on the roof!
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's what Iron Man said when Spider-Man jumped out and snatched the shield in the trailer. He said on the roof.
He said underoos.
No.
He said underoos.
He said on the roof.
That's why I made the underoos joke. Because he goes, underoos! As in, like, he's wearing underoos.
I think he says on the roof.
He says on the roof because Spider-Man jumps off
Off the roof.
He says underoos.
No, he doesn't. What the fuck is that underoos?
Underoos are like, he's making a pajama joke.
I think he says on the roof,
he says
man.
On the roof, you idiot.
Who is this, Bones?
That is my lovely, sweet, ever so beautiful, and always loving wife, Haven.
You say hi now, Haven.
Oh, hi. Hello.
She brought me food. She brought me shrimp fried rice.
I'm only mean with my words.
I guess this is the feast cast.
It will be. She's over here chowing down on an orange trying to be all healthy and shit.
I just crave sweet things and there's no chocolate.
You know what I did earlier?
What'd you do?
I fucked up. I went and got Haven some coffee creamer. We were out of coffee creamer this morning, so I run to Walmart. I get coffee creamer, and when I come in through the door, me always in dad mode, I grabbed Jay one of those Disney Wonder Balls. The chocolate ball you crack open, it's got candy and stickers on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
For like $1. Usually they're like $2. I worked some shit. I worked some magic.
You haggled for $1?
I haggled for $1.
Cheap bastard.
I'm really not. I'm not that Jewish. I'm not even Jewish.
Hey. I love the Jews.
You knew what you were...
This is not an anti-Semitic podcast.
You knew what you were getting into when you clicked on Thy Evil Neighbor.
Isn't your wife Jewish?
Yeah. Ish.
Jewish-ish.
Jewish-ish.
Yeah.
Jewish-ish.
It's around, it's in there somewhere.
She got a part of her.
Little nose.
She got some of it in there. Somewhere.
Is she thrifty?
No.
No.
Oh, well, actually, no. She is very coupon cutting. She very much is. But it's not the only thing.
Jewish-ish.
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 Christmas tree Jew. There you go.
Yeah.
Christmas tree Jew.
Yeah.
We love Jews, by the way.
You knew what you were getting into when you clicked on something stupid called Thy Evil Neighbor, which we love you for. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe.
We'll just go ahead and whore ourselves out.
YouTube.com/ThyEvilNeighbor. Twitter.com. We are at Thy Evil Neighbor.
On Facebook and other shit too.
Evil Neighbor. We were quick enough to get all of our shit with no underscores or nothing.
Wow. We'll fuck that up later.
That's a rarity, man. Everybody
you know what happened?
Podcasts and
you know
stuff.
what happened? Right after you said that, someone just scooped us on Instagram. They got our Instagram.
We gotta cut this part out.
So
I'm gonna get the Instagram before I post this.
Do it now, Kevin. Get on your phone right now.
I can't do shit. No, I'm still fucking mad at you motherfuckers because I just saw a meme not too long ago that had the whole underoo thing. It wasn't on the roof.
It's on the roof.
On
He
the roof.
says on the roof. I'm sure. If he does say underoos, that's funnier. But I think he says on the roof. Like
he says underoos, but you know what? I'll tell you what
I
right
think
now.
you heard what you want to hear.
I tell you what right now. As we're gonna watch it after the show, and if he says on the roof, then I'll do an apology on the next episode. And if he says underoos, then both of you can kiss my naked ass on the next episode.
This
Don't
apology.
threaten me with a good time.
This
My wife like eating that booty. He said trepidatiously as he eats it.
By the way, Haven is my cousin.
Nobody gives a fuck.
This whole production is responsible by me, unintentionally, for bringing these two together.
You got knocked up.
Well, yeah. But if Kevin hadn't have knocked me up, you would have never met Kevin.
Probably not. I'm bad with new people.
I wouldn't have liked you if I didn't have to.
Especially if it's I
I
don't like you now.
I think you only like Kevin because you like Jay.
Nah, I'm just talking shit. I like everybody.
Very much talking shit.
Anyway, man, what have you been up to lately? What's up, man?
Oh my god, you just what's up me.
What's up, man? You're taking too long. Your hosting duties were lacking.
It's because I am scarfing Asian food right now. She brought me this whole big thing of shrimp fried rice, and I couldn't be more excited.
Because I know my back is hurting from carrying this show.
But no, literally, I have been like uber constipated for the past 3 days.
Here
like,
we go.
Jagged little piece. Like I have more of an appreciation for you in my soul. Look, I did before, but now the fact that you gave birth is just like this glorious thing.
I think he just compared a constipation to a birth.
When's the last time you were constipated?
Every fucking 3 days. What are you talking about?
I think you were saying earlier that you were the exact opposite of constipated right now.
At the right time, yeah. Right now, yeah, a little bit. But, it goes in cycles. I got like a...
You left before we sat down and recorded to go take a shit as well.
Yeah, I did that.
Why you gotta throw people's business out like that?
Because I'm throwing... Exactly. I'm throwing mine out there.
I know, but you're also throwing mine out there. Let me throw mine out there.
Bunch of monkeys over there.
So, anyways, yeah, no, but it's been like serious to where like I asked you, I don't know if I asked you, I think I just told you about it in excruciating detail about me being constipated, but like I asked like the neighbors, and I was like, I'd go over there, sit on the couch for a while, and just be like, okay, I gotta go ahead and ask, y'all got some lax, y'all got some X-lax, like
get you a date.
They're like, we don't have anything.
Juice.
We don't have anything here at the house for it, and we don't have like they didn't have anything. He's like telling me like drink 3 cups of milk, and I'm like, dude, I ate cereal like it's crack. Milk's not gonna like fuck me up like that. And like, I don't know how many fried eggs a person can eat expecting the shit, but yeah, there's my shit
I've
there.
never personally heard of fried eggs being used to induce a bowel movement.
Only when you
Unless-
cook them truck stop style, where you like get it greasy
That's not
as
necessarily
fuck.
the eggs. That's just
like
the truck stop.
salmonella. It's the salmonella.
I thought it was the grease. It's the salmonella in the grease.
Salmonella that's giving you the shit.
You know, when me and Haven first got together, man, like I was like literally
I love this toilet.
living off of like gas station burritos. For a while, like when we got together, like I had to go, and there's this
But it
special.
was like good that gas station burrito. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Which is
like-
still like a 4 at best.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like we weren't at Olive Garden or nothing like that.
But Olive Garden's a different one, because I'll tell you what can clean you out fast too. But when I would go to the gas station, I'd buy like this huge foot-long burrito called the Bomb. And there's a reason it's called the Bomb. And like, I wouldn't even stop there. I would like cut it in half, like, and like place it on the plate like all fancy restaurant style. And I would sprinkle like extra cheese and hot sauce on top of it. And like, after it got out of the microwave, it would look like, damn, yo. Like,
I painted this
Spice up.
dog shit gold.
exactly. And it definitely glowed later in the middle of the porcelain abyss.
You turned into a Mexican astronaut right there.
But speaking of Olive Garden, speaking of Olive Garden, we went there one time, and I don't exactly like Olive Garden. Haven loves the Olive Garden. I'm not a big Olive Garden fan, but we went one time. I think it was the last time we were in Olive Garden. We were still living in Longview, so it's been a long ass time. But I found out they had calamari, and I love me some, calamari. So I was like, can I get just like, not just a side, but could I get a whole like entree or just calamari? So we're sitting there, I'm eating this calamari, and they've got this bomb ass sauce, dude, that you dip it in, just like lemon or, well, they give you like the lemon wedge, and then there's like, I think lemon something in the sauce. I eat this, man, have a great time. It was fucking delicious. Best thing in the restaurant under the breadsticks. And
Breadsticks are bomb.
then later on that day, I go to work at Petco, and let's just say that the dog shit wasn't the only thing I was picking up in the aisles. It was.
Oh no.
It was pretty awful, pretty gruesome. And then like my like the night manager at the time, Kira,
yeah.
she goes, well, you dumb fuck, why the fuck would you go eat a whole entree of calamari and then decide to come to work? And I'm like, oh no. Well, you just found out, didn't you? Yeah.
Kira was cool.
She was cool. Oh, what's up with you, dude?
Nothing. I just been sitting at the house getting way too drunk and playing video games. I've been still playing Far Cry Primal and then Kerbal Space Program on the computer.
Which we talked a lot about in the past couple of episodes, but
Yeah, I've just been doing the same thing that I've been doing lately.
trying to hydrate yourself a little bit more
Yeah,
today.
drinking water during the day and alcohol at night.
Have you purchased another comic book yet?
Well, I have the 3. I bought the 3 of them, and I haven't read the 3rd one yet. I finished the first 2 of The Walking Dead. I bought the Walking Dead comics. I think we talked about that on the episode that we threw away, so I don't think that everyone knows about that. But I was...
Episode 3, we talked about it.
Did we?
We did talk about it.
Okay.
Because we talked about that before the butt pudding, which reminds me
Oh, God.
that I do have the photos of Jay and the butt pudding, and I do have the photo of you and Hastings buying that comic book, which I'll throw on the Evil Neighbor on the Facebook page later on today. But
I hate that picture.
Haven,
Yes, sir.
since you're in the show now, this is the What's Up segment. What's up?
I just work all the time. That's it.
All the time.
I don't have like any hobbies anymore.
Just got off work too.
Yeah, I did. I just got off work.
You went to Hastings today.
I did go on to Hastings because for the past couple of weeks, Jay has been crying about this green Batman Funko Pop, and it was like,
It's like a Hastings exclusive.
yeah, it was exclusive, and they came out with Batman Funko Pops that were like all colors of the rainbow, and
It's like the gay pride collection of Batman Funko Pops.
I don't know if that's exactly what it was.
It's not. I think it was like an
Every time
episode
you
of Brave
see
and Bold.
organized colors, you automatically go to gay pride.
Yeah, rude.
Can't just have red, blue, green, and what are other colors? Yellow?
Pink, yellow.
Those
Yeah.
are colors, right?
Oh.
You can't just have those colors next to you without getting all homophobic, man.
There's nothing homophobic about me, sir.
There's nothing homophobic about Batman.
Nothing. Well, there's definitely nothing homophobic about Batman, Robin. But
Damn.
I'm just. I know exactly why there was the different colors. I saw that episode of Brave and the Bold where he's got like the light prism suit deflecting different rays of light. I'm just saying that I happen to be in the store with a gay person and them talking about what's my little brother, and him go, damn, LBGT is getting it. They done got Batman.
Damn.
So, in my head, from now on, that's...
Got him.
And if you knew my little brother, you would know that
I've met him once or twice.
That's David.
That's
We're
David.
talking about CJ.
My little brother CJ. Anytime he makes a joke, one liner or anything like that, it is fucking hilarious because you're not expecting it from him.
CJ's an introvert. Is that what you call them? Introverts? Hermits?
Yeah.
Super.
2 steps
shy.
away from Dexter.
Yeah.
I
not-
love him to death.
Not like serial killer Dexter, like Dexter's Lab Dexter.
I was talking serial killer Dexter. CJ will stab a motherfucker.
He's very active.
I'm sure he would, but he's so shy. I couldn't imagine him
Tell that
walking in
first.
public.
Tell it first. CJ's very shy at first. But he's probably crazier than I am.
Anyway, I'm in Hastings looking for a green Batman. And they were having a sale on the Funko Pops. And I tore through every Funko Pop. I ripped them all, every one of them off the shelves, one shelf at a time, looking for the green Batman. And they only had a yellow Batman. And I knew that it wasn't going to fly if I brought yellow Batman home and no green Batman. So I found a Funko Pop of Pinhead. And I found a Funko Pop of Sharknado, which blew me away because I really love Sharknado, and I loved it even more because one of my favorite makeup brands, Benefit Cosmetics, sponsored Sharknado. Like, there's a scene in the movie where bitch pulls out my favorite mascara and uses it as bullets to kill a shark. It was fucking awesome.
We just got female viewers, so. High five.
So, I see the Sharknado Funko Pop and I was like, no fucking way. And I just put it in my lap and continued to look for Green Batman. I could never find Green Batman, but I got Pinhead for Kevin and I got the Sharknado because Jay likes fish. I really thought of Jay at first when I picked up Pinhead because Jay loves horror movie characters and he's got a whole bunch. He's got like a Ghostface Funko Pop and a Jason Funko Pop and some scary motherfucker Funko Pops.
But these characters are in like horror movies that like you can fast forward a couple of scenes or like record them on TV and it's completely fine. Like
Yeah.
he's
You
3, but he's super intelligent, so
You
he
can
knows
watch-
he's not going to go out and actually stab a motherfucker. But like these are things like me and Haven are comfortable with him watching to a degree.
Yeah, because we can put on-
Hellraiser isn't exactly in that spectrum, dude. Like the whole story is like Clive Barker once said that one of the female interns working on the original Hellraiser movie gave the script a joking working title called "What a Bitch Would Do for Dick," and that sums up like the entire first Hellraiser movie, like right there.
Dickmatized.
Dickmatized. That bitch was dickmatized.
Come drunk.
Come drunk. Fucking a dead nigga with no skin to get. I almost lost my rest.
That crack cocaine. That's what she was trying to get, right?
Something. And you know it's like an 80s movie too, and it's like she's an older woman in the movie.
I don't think I've
in
ever
the
seen
80s, so she's got like the retarded shoulder pad, big hairstyle, and she's just kind of like, I'm sorry, she's just like she works as a villain because she's ugly as fuck in the get-go. And the whole movie I'm sitting here wondering like, how is she pulling all of these guys back to her house to kill? And like, damn, man.
Pussy's pussy, though.
Yeah, last call starts fucking dinging.
Well, they were
You don't
at
want
the
to go
airport.
home
It was
better just get it.
it was an airport bar, and they were throwing it back. But I was like, damn, dude, you gonna need more than scotch.
Anyway, man, let's take a break because I want to get into this topic when we come back.
You have to shit.
No, I don't.
Fuck you. All right, guys, welcome back. Thy Evil Neighbor, Unnamed, Uncensored. I'm Bones again,
And I'm Trey.
I'm Haven.
and we're back. We were talking about earlier, before we got off on the tangent about getting those Funko Pops, which you said you had the Pinhead and Sharknado, and I actually called you to ask who they were for, and you were like, well, one's for you and one's for Jay. Because I had like hid them until I found out for sure. Because there wasn't a note and this is going to be
It was supposed to be like a surprise.
yeah.
Now, I said, when you asked me that, I said that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because Jay collects this scary stuff. And then we went on a big rant about why we wouldn't let Jay watch Hellraiser. It didn't fucking matter. He didn't watch Crimson Peak, but he's got the Mother Ghost Funko Pop.
Yeah,
It looks like a zombie or scary. He loves it.
It didn't matter. So what I did was, like, I said, okay, baby, one's for Daddy, one's for you. Because I have a Funko Pop collection. He's got one. His is a lot bigger than mine.
Definitely.
But I was kind of under the impression anyways that the Pinhead was for me and Sharknado was for him. So what I held him both up, and the first one he grabbed was Sharknado, and he was in love with that. But then he saw me take and put Pinhead on the shelf. He was like, "No, Daddy, where you going with my Funko Pop? That's for me." And he's got this thing where he'll talk to himself in weird, like, well, not talk to himself, but talk to me in like a weird third person and refer to himself as the kids. And he's like,
it's because my mom says he refers to him and Kimber as the kids, and they talk about them while they're present.
yeah, and he's like, the kids want that, Daddy. The kids want that. And I'm like, well, no, Jay, you don't know who Pinhead is, and that I'm not starting Hellraiser with you right now, because it messed me up when I watched it for the first time. I'm not doing that to him at 3. So
give it 6 more months.
Yeah, give it 6 more months. So what I did, so like he got mad as hell, and then I told him, okay, well, let's go outside and go play.
He just can't stand for there to be a Funko Pop and it not be opened by him.
Yeah.
And he saw it.
And so what he did was like, oh, I'm putting on his shoes, because I'm like, okay, well, we're going to go outside and we're going to play with our friends, and we're putting on his shoes, and I happen to pick up the Sharknado Funko Pop, and I like float it in front of his face and go, rah, you know, and he grabs it and sets it down next to him and goes, calm down, Shark, calm down, it's going to be okay. Like we would tell him when he's pissed.
He's funny, man. He's got some of the like best random reactions to like a scenario. You expect that he's gonna say one thing and he just completely comes out of left field with something else.
He does.
I love when he gets angry and he goes, "I'm so angry."
Oh man. I had to call Haven earlier because I'm like, I'm fed up with this child. Oh my god, it was so.
He's definitely unlike anything I've ever encountered before. He's a very interesting child.
Now we were talking earlier too about what Tony says.
Did a little bit of research
In the Civil War trailer, and we didn't like look up the dialogue or anything, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play that clip.
Can we email somebody from Marvel and
clarify? I'm gonna stop arguing. I think that you're right. I think that with like now that you've said the joke and I listened for those words, that I can hear it more clearly. But I definitely think it comes across like if you didn't catch the joke. I think it sounds and is like completely believable that he says on the roof. Like,
so where you say it's on the roof, I'm saying it's under roofs. I've already seen the meme where like it was already confirmed in my like the first time I heard it was like under roofs, and then like
I've never
plenty
heard
of
of under roof.
Under roofs are like, you know what? I'm not even going to attempt to show my age.
Are they like lawn johns?
Yeah,
they're like
basically,
like onesies,
like onesie pajamas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold this up to our high-tech recording equipment. Maybe it comes over. We don't know. I don't care.
You probably don't have to hold it that close.
But see what you guys think. I'm
All right, I've run out of patience. On to Ruse! Hey everyone.
awesome. So
Yeah, I think he says under ruse.
I think this is under roost too.
Now, when I actually, like I said, when I listened for it specifically, it's clear.
Just one more time for the listeners.
All right, I've run out of patience. On to Ruse!
That he jumps off the roof.
Yeah.
I don't hear under roofs.
All right. I hear it.
It's also like that is like that is an old Spider-Man joke. That's an old like superhero joke. Like with the spandex, you just wearing like a onesie pajama. Like
okay.
I just find it incredibly hilarious that I opened up the show with the under roofs joke, and you opened up the show with the on the roof joke, and we had no idea what each other were talking about.
Yeah.
But we'll get into this later why this is funny. But all right, man. So today we're gonna get into
trailers.
We
got 2 trailers. One of them is more important than the other. Well, I guess they're both pretty important, but
we've already hinted at what we're going to get into later, other than the under-root argument, which we were totally not counting on.
And by the way, I'm going to put both trailers in the title so they're going to know before they ever click on the video.
Oh my God. It's even funnier.
We should do that more often.
Oh, we're clickbaiting the fuck out of people. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to whore myself out like I got the herpes. And like, what's a good STD that is very infectious? Or like a good
super
virus?
Contagious? Well, I don't know.
The clap.
Gonorrhea.
Dave Chappelle said it's the gonosyphilis.
Gonorrhea, chlamydia, and syphilis are all curable. And they spread like wildfire.
The STD cast.
Yeah.
What if we say we're gonna spread ourselves like the crabs, or like crabs?
No, because porn killed the crabs, man.
Oh yeah, they shaved it all.
Crab people.
Crab people. Walk like crab, talk like people.
Fucking South Park.
Crab people.
So,
like crab.
it dropped about a week ago.
Crab people.
Let it die.
But
I'm having fun with it.
The new Ghostbusters trailer is out. We haven't recorded since it's been out.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it, Haven?
I did watch that Ghostbusters trailer, yeah.
What'd you think? Oh, I would love to hear a female perspective on this trailer.
Oh my God, that's epic. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Time out. Before you get into that, you have got to give us a little bit of history about your connection to Ghostbusters.
Well, okay.
Are you a fan?
I'm a five-minute fan. Like, I think you told me that I was a 5-minute fan when it came to Star Wars.
Yeah.
I watched Ghostbusters.
You're definitely a 5-minute fan with
probably,
Star Wars.
Well, I fucking love Star Wars.
More power to you, but you know.
I watched Ghostbusters not long before we moved up here, so probably 3 or 4 months ago, and that movie like fucking blew my mind. Like,
yeah.
I can't believe that I've been living in the dark. Like, there's so many awesome things going on that I don't know about. And I love Ghostbusters. And I enjoy Melissa McCartney. I think she's very funny. And I thought that the trailer itself looked okay. But I thought it was going a little bit out there with an all-female cast. Like,
I have no problem with the cast at all. I don't even have a problem with Chris Hemsworth. I think that he's going to be hilarious in that role. But the thing is not the cast. I think is going to be hilarious.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I definitely think that
Kristen Wiig is like freaking hilarious. Anyway,
Kristen Wiig.
Wiig.
Is it
Wiig or Yig?
Wiig.
That's right.
Wiig. It's weird, but yeah.
I have like shit particles infecting my brain right now.
And he's backed up to the eyeballs, and he can't think straight no more.
we were just.
I just feel like feminism's on the rise, and they like attack Ghostbusters, kind of.
No, I don't think.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We talked about this in episode 2 with Jay.
Yeah.
We talked about this, and we talked about whether or not we didn't know if this was just because the original cast was gone, and they thought it would be a clever move to go all female, which that's what I was thinking in the first place. But then I had to stop and think maybe this has something to do with this whole rise of feminism. And I'm not talking about feminism like true feminism. I'm talking about the cray
social justice warrior,
like bitch that's dyeing her armpit hair and running around shirtless with like still not asking for it tattooed on her chest and stuff, like just like
It's very
You're
specific.
you're asking for attention is what you're asking for. You're not doing nothing for feminism.
I think that there's plenty.
You're not
of these,
Hermione.
There's plenty of these social justice warriors that are
Psycho?
well, yes, but I think they're going to attach themselves to this movie. But I don't necessarily think that this movie was out to get that, because there's 3 talented. At least that one girl, I don't know her name. They're all. I think Melissa McCarthy's not the only one that's not a Saturday Night Live person. Like,
I don't know. I didn't recognize any of the other cast other than Melissa McCarthy, but I think that
they're all from Saturday Night Live. But the black girl is not funny on Saturday Night Live. Every time she's on Saturday Night Live, she's literally just playing a crazy black lady. Like, she's super stereotypical in her jokes, and they just fall flat. Kristen Wiig and the other girl, I forget her name, but they are both from Saturday Night Live as well, and they are hilarious. They murder every time they're on the screen. They're killing. No, see, this is the thing. I don't necessarily. Let me square my shoulders a little bit. Let me get into this rant. I don't think that the movie is going to be that bad.
I don't either. I'm actually. Really
I don't think it's going to be a Ghostbusters movie at all. It's going to be a decent movie that I'm not going to like because it says Ghostbusters on the marquee and it's not a Ghostbusters movie. But if I could separate the source material and just if it was a different brand, I think that the movie would be funny. But the director, what's his name, Paul Fife, he's the guy that did Bridesmaids and he did Spy with Melissa McCartney. This is not going to be a smart.
That's my wife.
She's not going to be a. This is not going to be intelligent Ghostbusters action movie. This is going to be a, like I said, locked camera angles and 2 or 3 lines of dialogue to a jump cut with another locked camera angle and 2 or 3 lines of dialogue. And this is another problem with the trailer that I have is it's an action movie trailer, but it does not have the action to back it up. There's not that much action in the trailer, but it's edited and designed to be like an action movie. But when there should be an action scene in the movie, they just show somebody else getting puked on or something like that. You know, was that supposed to be funny? She's got green stuff coming out of her ears, like.
I'm trying really hard not to form an opinion before I see it, because usually when I do that.
I don't want to sit here and talk shit like the movie's bad. I want to talk shit like that trailer was bad.
I'm trying really hard to form an opinion. The one thing that's going to make or break me on this movie, for sure, is if I don't get a Bill Murray cameo, fuck that movie.
They said a long time ago he was in, but I haven't heard nothing about it.
I don't know.
But it's not a continuation. It's not another Ghostbusters movie. It's a reset.
Oh, is it a retailing?
This is the first Ecto 1. This is not.
This
and
is
that's what's
Ghostbusters would happen like nowadays.
Yeah, if Ghostbusters happened now, yeah, exactly. But
well, then it makes sense for women to be.
Yeah, well, that, like I said, the sex of the characters doesn't even, like I said, I like Melissa McCarthy a lot, Kristen Wiig a lot. They're funny. They're not funny because they're women. They're just funny.
Yeah.
And so, like, funny people can be in funny movies, and I'll watch them. And it has nothing to do with whether you got a dick swinging or not. But I think that, I think this movie's going to bastardize what Ghostbusters was, because Ghostbusters was a funny movie that was about more than just being a funny movie. It wasn't shot like a comedy. It was shot with more intent. Like,
and the Ghostbusters.
Maybe some feels up in here.
Ghostbusters to me, me being born in '88, this is like one of the movies that 1 and 2 were always on the shelf. I grew up watching not only the original animated Ghostbusters, to where Bill Murray's character was voiced by the dude that did Garfield. So it was funny later on when Bill Murray voiced Garfield.
Yo, bro, what about Extreme Ghostbusters,
Extreme
motherfucker?
Ghostbusters 2. Oh my god, Extreme Ghostbusters.
We got it on the DVR.
But the thing is, the thing is, like, I grew up with them. It was such a, like, we were talking earlier about one-liners, and that's what we think, like, it's going to be, like, one-liners for the sake of one-liners, to whereas the way that things were done back then was kind of suave, almost, you know?
The
like
whole conversation was not only spoken funny and was funny things to say, but I mean, dude,
it was funny people having a normal conversation.
Yeah,
that's
what it was. It was, like, funny people having a normal conversation,
and then you would have the one-liners that they delivered. Yeah, they're one-liners, but they weren't delivered to be one-liners. They were delivered, like, in the conversation, like the Twinkie. Like,
I was just about to say that's my favorite line of the whole movie.
Right?
It's not "That's a big Twinkie." I like the line that's like 2 or 3 lines before that, where he goes, "Did you tell him about the Twinkie?"
Right? Did you tell him about the Twinkie?
He goes, "What about the Twinkie?"
Yeah, dude. So, I mean,
I
have a real
watch
strong
Ghostbusters.
That made me want to watch Zombieland.
Well, the thing is, I have a super strong connection with Ghostbusters. You know, I was born at the perfect time to be into Ghostbusters, and this whole idea didn't bother me. It's like you said, the trailer bothered me, and I think the people that they got to do the movie are not the people that they should have picked to do the movie, and not the actresses.
Yeah, it's not the girls.
Like
I said, Paul Fife, I think is his name.
Exactly. And
I don't want to see Ghostbusters bridesmaids. Like,
but what it all comes down to is, I'm not going to wait for this to come out. I'm not going to give it to the time. I'm going to go to the theater and watch it.
Oh yeah,
I have to go to the theater and watch it. Ghostbusters. If the whole rest of the movie sucks, I still want to see Slimer, and that's where I'm going to base this movie off of. If you fuck up Slimer, I'm going to fuck up something on the way out.
The little 1 second cut that we got of Slimer, the little 1 second cut that we got of Slimer looks good, but you know, there's only. Do you see that there's only blue ghosts? There's blue ghost and Slimer.
Blue Ghost and Slimer.
Yeah, there's only blue ghost. And look,
that was the thing. Ghostbusters had like the rainbow colors.
Yeah.
Like there's pink
like
ghosts,
Batman colors.
Like, you know,
LBGT been getting it right.
Well, apparently they didn't get it in this movie
since the 80s, right? No.
Well, if our whole cast has vaginas, they're going to expect us to do pink. We'll do blue on everything.
The CG looked terrible.
I thought the ghost looked really cool.
The ghost looked
really
cool, but the CG looks bad.
Well, I mean, like,
it's like that. It's like fucking Pixels, dude. It's like and Pixels pulled it off because of the subject matter, which I don't think Pixels was a good movie, but I think that
I like Pixels. The CG, Pixels was fucking hilarious.
The CG in that movie is supposed to be a animated thing in real life, and so it looks like an animated thing in real life, but to pull off good CG, you don't want that. You want it to look like it's not CG. I mean, think about
did you watch Pixels?
Yeah.
You know what fucked me up about Pixels? The Q*bert babies.
Yeah.
Like,
that was disturbing.
I was totally on board with this movie until Q*bert turned into the warrior chick. And he fucked it.
Let's not get on a rant about another bad movie. We're already talking about one bad movie here.
Well, I love that bad movie, and I'm probably gonna walk out of this loving this. It's just the timing of this movie with all the crap that's going on has got all of this sitting here thinking like the entire reason this is happening is because of LGBT and feminism or whatever.
I don't think it has anything to do with it. I
think it might have some behind the scenes emphasis, but I just don't think the right people are doing it.
I mean, I really want to see the script. The one girl comes off like I said, super stereotypical. It's a Cadillac. Like, come on. I mean, she goes at one point in time in the trailer. She goes, "Oh hell no!
The devil is a lie."
Like, Come on, man! Like this is.
I mean, the only other person we know that says that is a black guy. So,
I've known a lot of people
like,
that have said
I
that.
mean,
no, but you're
but obviously that's her niche. Melissa McCarthy is playing her niche.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig is playing her niche. And I don't know about the other chick. She's probably playing her niche.
That other chick's hilarious. And it looks to me like she's not going to have that many lines. She looks like a stoic kind of, because she comes across in the trailer like a character that's not going to have that many lines.
I think she'll surprise you and be like when she does have a line, it's fucking hilarious. And that's kind of it.
Yeah. But anyway, this is the thing with the Ghostbusters, though. We're at a weird time right now with these remakes and reboots, because on one hand we want them super bad. We want, dude, there's nothing in the world that could tick my buttons like a Star Wars movie, and god damn it, I wanted it. Now, Star Wars was a good one.
I don't know. Tick your buttons.
Tick my buttons. There's nothing in this. Let me get a little bit more straight with you. There's nothing in this world that could tweak my nipples better than a Star Wars movie.
It's really, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. It's there hasn't been a really good original movie in a minute.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not true. There's good movies all over the place that are original.
Well, no, I mean like good as in like this is a good movie, this is a bad movie. I'm talking about, just in a general aspect. A lot, like mostly the majority right now is reboots, rehashes, retellings.
I don't think that I still would disagree with you that most of them are. I think that a lot of movies that shouldn't get praise because they're not good movies get mainstream primetime spots because they throw Ghostbusters name on it, or they throw RoboCop name on it. Now RoboCop was all right, but
crutch.
It's you're laying all your weight on the nostalgia, and then you miss the quality on the back end.
That's still that. Basically, what you guys are saying is just like the one side of the same sheet of paper. On one side, it's reboots, rehashes. On the other side, it's playing on the nostalgia factor, because not only do you have reboots and stuff, which you could throw, which Ghostbusters is, but you're still doing that with horror movies. You're doing that rebooting characters here and there in different movies, and then on the other side of that, you have Michael Bay throwing out Transformer movies, Ninja Turtle movies, doing another Independence Day, this and that.
This is what I fear, and I know that you have the most experience when I bring this up. This is what I fear. I fear that Ghostbusters, this movie, will turn Ghostbusters into what the Michael Bay movies turned Transformers into.
And
the Transformers movies are good, but they took something that you love, they fucked it up,
they chopped and screwed
and then everybody else in the world loves it. And you're sitting here going, that was my shit before any of you ever even knew about it. And then they fucked it and then gave it to you, and you ate that shit up. I mean, now you'll never be able to get Transformers back.
Right. I mean, like, number one.
You were talking the other day about a tattoo. Like, you didn't want to get the fucking Transformers tattoo because you would think everybody who saw it would just instantly think
Michael Bay.
I mean, you can't wear a Transformers shirt anymore without being a Michael Bay Transformer.
Right.
I'm never gonna buy a Ghostbusters shirt. If this movie is bad, I'm never gonna buy a Ghostbusters shirt.
And it's like different things too.
Sucks.
Like I don't have a problem with the way the Transformers look, because to me they look awesome. Because you're not gonna have a 2D blocky cartoon character translate over. So to me, they look like fucking alien robots, exactly what the fuck they're supposed to look like. Yeah, some of them look like he takes major liberties with some of them, like, hey, let's make one just a giant spinning wheel. No, that's stupid. Let's make this one a 6-legged bug. No, that's still stupid. But yeah, I still like the way they look.
It's not even talking about like how
the storytelling is so watered down and bullshit, and then he'll go off on the tangent about how he hates the Dinobots, and then they're like, no, we can make more money with the Dinobots. Okay, let's do it. Let's fuck up the entire characters. When in each movie, even the what people said was the worst movie out of the series, Revenge of the Fallen, was actually one of the stronger ones because they took shit from the cartoon to put in there. And basically what it is after the writer strike and everything, ain't nobody can get their shit right. So they're having to rely on reboots and nostalgia, and it's completely fucking everything else except for the comic book movies.
Because those are just taking a different.
Yeah, and you know, and the only thing with the comic book movies is the bubble, and we talked about that in the past episode. So go listen to that one. And you'll figure out what we're talking about here. But you got the whole bubble effect, and basically that's what's happening is to try and keep out of the bubble. They're trying to go for either nostalgia or reboot because we can't think of any other good ideas. And even if there is a good movie, then it's an indie movie because no studio wanted to give this guy who actually wrote a good story a fucking chance. So we're just gonna like piss on everything else and shove, I don't know, The Revenant down your throat and tell you this is the best movie this year.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Like, I haven't seen it, but like, you know what I'm talking about, though. Well, like, it's like when you're watching the Oscars and all the nominees, you've heard one or two of the movies that they're actually talking about, and then you've got 6 fuckers from like France or somewhere that like we as American moviegoers have no idea, and like we're like you can see like Will Smith and everybody sitting there in the audience like clapping like, yeah, who the fuck is this guy? You know?
Where did that movie Room come from?
I heard that movie's amazing though.
I heard it was fantastic.
I'm gonna go get it on Redbook.
Where did it come from? I'd never heard of it.
Exactly.
And it's got my girl Alison Brie in it. But anyway, what the thing with the nostalgic movies is there has been some that worked. Let's talk. You want to talk super nostalgic movie? Episode 4 or episode 7, I feel like goes into this category. It's not technically a reboot, but it's a remake of episode 4 is basically what it is. But hey,
for you not to get pissed off at me for making another Star Wars movie, what do I have to do? You know Abrams didn't want to do that shit.
No, I think that Abrams did want to do, but this is the thing.
Like, he wanted it a certain way, like show some love for the original trilogy, but I think it was like the other guys in the room were like, we need another Death Star.
Well, no, the difference with Star Wars is they knew they had 3 movies. They knew they had 3 movies. So they said on this first one, we're going to give them what they like. We're going to give them what they know. We're going to give them what they know a little bit different. And then in the next one is what I hope. I hope it's not a fucking episode 5 remake. In episode 8, it's just episode 5 again. But I don't think it will be. I think that now, like, episode 8 is one of the most. Oh, I'm so curious about this movie. I can't wait to see this fucking movie because it's gonna be
episode 8 or Rogue One. Which one are you talking about?
Episode 8. Rogue One will be good, but and I'm sure I'll we'll watch it and love it. But like that's not the movie that's got me excited because I'm
geared up.
It's gonna be another Star Wars story, an original story, and we haven't had a good one of those since fucking 1980, bro.
I remember sitting in the theater, like in line of theater, and looking at the movies that were there, and all of them were retellings, reboots, and something else.
We talked about this.
Star Wars was the only one that had something different because it was a continuation of a series, and not a remake or reboot.
It's a little bit different circumstance.
I mean, how many fucking Jungle Book movies?
Yeah,
are we
the
going to get?
Jungle Book. We're doing another Iron Man. We're doing another Captain America.
I know I'm ticking your buttons and flipping your nipples here, but like how?
Fuck, I want to see that movie, man. The Jungle Book? Are you kidding me?
All right, look.
Bill Murray and fucking Ben Kingsley and Christopher Walken, like ScarJo, like that movie is jam packed.
No, I mean, look, it looks like a badass
to
movie.
see that fucking
It looks
movie.
like a badass movie, but since I was born, there's been 6 fucking Jungle Book movies. It seems like.
Yeah, but
Not even counting
Well, no,
cartoons.
I'm gonna talk about the cartoon, like the Disney cartoon, like it's the only one that matters because it fucking is.
that's the only one
And
that matters. Yeah.
The other one, I know which one you're talking about. Shitty little stupid movie that was based off the book.
Man,
It's still the Jungle Book.
That's a children's movie, though. That all of the iterations have always been children's movies. This is the first Jungle Book movie that's not a children's movie. This is gonna be a real fucking movie.
That giant ass monkey scared the shit out of me.
Dude, you know that's gonna be Christopher Walken.
Is it really?
That's gonna be Christopher Walken, and
That reaction was-
Bill Murray is gonna be fucking Baloo.
That's
Are you
what's up.
kidding me?
That's like the
Are you
perfect
like that's
casting.
the perfect cast if I've ever heard one. And Ben Kingsley, who is awesome. You know who Ben Kingsley is?
The name is familiar. I
He's
probably
the-
know if you told me about him.
Did you see Ender's Game?
I did.
He's the guy with a face tattoo.
Okay.
He played Gandhi in that
Okay.
movie a long time ago. He's an amazing actor.
He was the Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, he was the Mandarin in
okay,
Iron Man
okay,
3. He's
gotcha.
gonna be Bagheera, and I believe the cast is. I heard a long time ago
Scarlett Johansson as the
is
damn
the snake, and which they changed the sex on that too because that snake was always a guy.
And he was an idiot.
And I'm pretty sure. Quote, don't necessarily hold me to this, but I think Cumberbatch is doing Shere Khan.
Yeah.
That movie is loaded, man.
I mean, it was completely weird watching the movie because I'm like, I think I hear ScarJo. Like, and that's when you realize
ScarJo. I think that's cute. That's,
That's-
awesome
that's-
ass nickname. ScarJo.
that's when you're sitting there like, man, like I know she's sexy, but damn, that voice is sexy. And then it pops up and she's the snake, and it's like, huh?
Yeah, I thought she was. I thought.
I didn't know it was her at first.
You know, man, when
I
she
picked it
did
up
that
like
long,
that.
because
Picked it up like that. No, but the thing is that this is a John Favreau movie, dude.
yeah, hell yeah, man.
Favreau.
I was so mad when he left Iron Man, dude.
At least he stayed to play.
Look, dude, I'm gonna tell you right
play his
now,
bodyguard.
if John Favreau did not create Iron Man 1, you would have never had the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Iron Man 1 is holding this whole thing up.
Everything's on Robert Downey Jr.'s shoulders.
I
don't
want to be on
care.
Robert Downey Jr.'s shoulders.
And with that,
I was going to completely make like another Scarlett Johansson joke right after she said that, but then I kept flashing back to that snake, and there's just a lot of weird feelings. And like, I don't know, I haven't picked up my pet snake in a while.
so do you want to
Just
get into
because
the good trailer that we saw?
The good trailer.
The good one. It
The
was
good trailer.
It was
Speaking
fucking
about
good.
Robert Downey Jr.
It was good.
Oh my God. Captain America Civil War trailer number 2.
Dose.
Isn't that one we just got done talking about? Like,
Yeah, but they didn't know this was what the show was going to be about unless they actually read what we're going to put as the title.
Well, then you should probably just say.
Well, we've
that
been
they
talking
read
about-
the title because it's already.
Hey, well, we've been talking about the Ghostbusters trailer, and then that conversation.
We could have went
morphed-
either way with this. But
morphed. It's what it did. It morphed a little bit into Star Wars, and then we
took
started
it and
talking
ran.
about
We took it and ran in
Jungle
all
Book.
different directions.
Who knows? Let's talk about the fucking Underoos, right?
Under
Spidey, dude. I
And-
mean, are we tired of Spidey yet?
No.
Fuck no, we're not. We love fucking Spider-Man. But you know what we are fucking tired of? Let me tell you. A Spider-Man origin story.
Yeah. Okay.
And they
Oh,
knew
fuck.
it. That's why they just
I gotta
dropped him
watch
in a
Uncle
cat
Ben.
movie.
I'm not gonna watch Uncle Ben die again because I don't think I can go through that.
No.
Nope.
No. I think we're done
Nope.
with origin
He's
stories.
gonna show up as Spidey.
I think we might have a couple of.
But it's like a different Spidey. Now I feel like
There'll be a flat.
No,
Look,
no, no.
do
You
you
know
need
who
me to?
Spider-Man
Do you
is.
need me to
We
tell you
don't
the
need
Spider-Man?
origin.
Do you need me to tell you the Spider-Man story?
No, I know
Okay,
Spider-Man
so
story,
you
but I
know
don't
it.
this
You're set.
Spider-Man.
Audiences are done with that.
Do you need me to tell you the Batman story?
No.
No, we don't need. That's why they didn't tell it in Batman versus Superman. They're not going to tell the Batman story.
Yeah.
I got you.
I think what's going to happen
Thank you for
here.
breaking that down for me.
I think what's going to happen here is that he's already established as Spider-Man, and while this is happening, we may have a couple of scenes,
A flashback or two.
not a flashback or two, but we may see a couple of scenes where Spidey may be doing his thing, and then Stark come in and pick him up for this, or I think maybe something like that happens. But the way they're talking about this is that Spidey's already established. You may have a couple of scenes to establish Spidey in the movie, but we're not doing origin story. So you may see like Peter Parker walk down the street and then flip out into Spidey mode and go beat up a bad guy or two, and then Stark come get him. Or like Spidey watching all the shit the Avengers is doing as he's like taking pictures of himself.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have the straight up origin
You're not gonna go to fucking Oscorp. There's not gonna be a radioactive spider. That'll all happened, but we just won't have any. It won't be. The movie won't be dedicated to any.
We had
of that.
enough of that shit.
Yeah,
And
we saw
watch
Tobey Maguire get it, and we saw what was his name? Andrew Garfield get it, and we all saw the comic book where it happened 6 times in the fucking TV show in the 90s. I mean, remember that motherfucker was getting bit by spiders left and right in the 90s, dude. Like he would just get bit by a new spider all the time.
Yeah,
like,
I got an extra run. FYI, I do want to make the shout out. Is like pretty much one of 2 people that answered us on the video we posted stupidly at 1 o'clock in the morning to get people to send us the topics in. Thanks, Edward Luis Martinez, for popping in. Of course, you've already figured out that we're talking about what you wanted us to talk about, and that is Captain America Civil War. And we were already telepathic and knew what you wanted to say anyways. So we're into that right now. The other person that did send us a topic request was our buddy Jake Fox. That was on episode 2. But he's a dumbass and just sent me a message asking me where Taylor Swift got that ass. And there's
from her mama.
I was gonna say.
No, there's a side-by-side comparison of like before and after Taylor Swift. Eggs nailed to
Let
a
me
wall,
see.
breast, and
That's
called
butt
plastic.
implants,
It's
bro.
called puberty. She was like.
there's your answer, Jake. You fucktard
She
puberty.
got famous at like 17. She's only like 20. She's like a year or 2 older
She was
than me.
Puberty
she's
and
2 years,
money.
She's 2 years older than me, so
Puberty.
she's 26 now.
Puberty and money, but
She hasn't even grown all the way into them hips yet. And plus, when you do some squats, that ass gets going.
yeah, she got
or when
boobs.
you got the money to buy an ass, or just buy an ass.
Or
She
you
got-
buy gym equipment.
She got boobs overnight too. It was like, what the fuck happened here? But
Love you, T Swizzle.
Hormones.
yeah, T Swizzle, that Tay Tay. You don't know about that Tay Tay.
I love Taylor Swift. Anyway, let's talk about the trailer.
Yeah, thanks Jake for getting me off topic.
So,
you fuckwad.
So, I mean, what, we were talking about Spidey. We were going to talk about the costume, right?
The costume is fucking amazing. This
It's
is
cute.
this
It's
is
like-
It's original.
That's what. Yeah, it looks exactly like Jay's toys. Like perfect.
it is the Spider-Man costume. There are some modern changes to
I
it.
paused it, dude. He's even got that fugly, stupid spider on the front of it. Like,
Got the spider, and that was back from the Todd McFarlane days, to where the spider wasn't like really big on his chest, but pretty small.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
like this big, and it's
This
like
big.
fat, and it just looks stupid. The cool Spider-Man that he had in like the Tobey Maguire movies and then the Andrew Garfield movies, they had the cool spider that was on his thing, where it had the 90-degree angles, and there was 4 legs going up and 4 legs going down, and it was cool.
But
looking.
they gave him the Todd McFarlane era, which was like a really great era, because Todd McFarlane was the creator of Venom. Mm-hmm. This is where we get Venom. The same dude that made Spawn made Venom, and Todd McFarlane was the guy that redrew the fucking webs from like 2 lines with a couple of like little lines in between, look like just like pencil lines. He was the one that redrew Spider-Man's web into like the fucking spindly noodle looking like the web that we see
Okay, well,
nowadays.
wait. Now I have a question. Since you mentioned that, so is this Spider-Man going to be the Spider-Man that made his own web?
Yeah,
or
he's
the
web shoot.
Spider-Man that has the
No,
This is a new Spider-Man than both of those.
Yeah.
But original, and with if we're gonna take how dedicated they are to going original with this Spider-Man, because
he's got his own web shooter.
the original Spider-Man built his own web shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that fucking Tobey Maguire thing.
That scene in that first movie was funny though.
It was-
when
it
he's
was-
like,
it was funny.
he says, "Go web, go."
I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
It was funny. It was great. I love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans too, but it was just like
I
fucking
hate 'em.
ridiculous. And then like the little fucking spider hairs. Really, dude? What the fuck?
That movie was so wrong. On
Could you
so many
imagine him
levels.
fingering Mary Jane going, "Oh yeah, you like that?" And she's like, I've got bugs in my junk.
That movie was so look. I could go on a whole topic about how just wrong all of those movies
No,
were.
but the thing is, new Spider-Man costume. The Tobey Maguire and the newer movies, they all had like that basketball textured look to it that made it look really scaly and really kind of
Cellular.
retarded. All right, that texture is, if you look close enough, it's still there. That kind of like expandable, like she said,
Spandex-looking
cellular spandex, like athletic wear looks kind of like nowadays. It's still there, but it, instead of being like 3 inches big and makes it look like he's got all these things all over him, they shrunk it down to where it looks sleek, like one whole piece now.
If you look, the lines that are a part of the like design for the webbing, the lines in his costume are stitched.
Yeah.
They're not just like design
Well,
on
I like that. I like
they're
that.
they're
a lot.
stitched like.
But and then like
I paused it on like 4 or 5, 6 different frames that he was on screen.
Then
I
you
just
have
paused and looked at it real close.
You have the more classic, like you still got the red going down the arms and then down to the waist, and then it only comes back up on the boots. And then you've got more modern look where it looks like he's got little armor pieces on the shoulder, little black pieces. You add a little bit more highlight. It looks more modern Spider-Man at the same time on his arms.
You could probably equate that to if he's over there with Iron Man and Captain America. He's already seen S.H.I.E.L.D. and they've probably already popped him up.
Well, this is the thing
It does
with-
go farther into that, but like even it was
That's
still
the thing
on
with
the waist.
Spider-Man messing with Stark is this won't be the only costume that
I know
Spider-Man
we're
has.
gonna get an
We're
Iron
gonna-
Spider.
We're gonna throw this shit out quick. Like I'm sure that this movie will be the only movie that he even has this costume. Because that's another thing with fucking Spider-Man. He's got a flavor of the day suit. Like,
Yeah, each of his suits have like thing, but this definitely looks like a home tailored.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even say home tailored, but it looks closer to like he would have made it. I mean, he's still a tech genius. He can make particle accelerators and shit, and web shooters. So I'm sure he can figure out how to stitch together a fucking Underoos leotard. But
and dude with the eyes. After we had that conversation about the because we knew it was gonna happen with the Deadpool eyes. We knew that was all gonna happen, but we were talking about the camera lens. Dude, after we had that conversation, if you listen to the trailer and just watch and listen to the trailer, they cut all the music, they cut all the sound effects for when his eyes move, and when his eyes move, you hear the camera. It's like it goes and like makes the camera lens.
yeah,
sound.
we had a leaked photo months ago of the apparatus they had. It didn't look like Spider-Man's eye yet, but it was the working camera lens, and they work like the camera lens, and that's what they told us. So we knew that was probably going to be what would happen, but we didn't know if it was going to be like a more and we still don't know really. We still don't know if he's going to have like a homemade suit and then Stark gives him this suit, or if he starts with this suit and then we get Iron Spider or a better suit. But like the camera eyes are definitely, it shows off Parker's the techie, so he gives has these mobile, and all it is to show expression. But the fact that they move like camera shutters, and he's a photographer, is pretty awesome.
When we first had this conversation, we were talking about how like Deadpool did the same thing, but they didn't make it a story element. It just something that happened in the Deadpool movie. And I was saying that, like, I think it'll be the same thing with this movie. They won't ever address it. It'll just happen, and it'll show more emotion, and it'll be adding to the character. But now that they made that sound, I think there might actually be like a story element.
Yeah, you might see a scene where he's sitting there tinkering with it,
or he's like looking through them, and they like, and it shows you like his first person's perspective, and you see him zoom into like the guy snatching the purse on the street. Like,
that will actually
you see his camera, and then you see it zoom down in.
Yeah, to where it's not only like just camera lenses to show emotion, but actually can zoom in and out like a camera. And I was thinking maybe they might actually have cameras in them to where he can like catch reflections of himself, take pictures to give to the Beagle or something like that. I don't know. I do like the fact that you can see his web shooter, and I love the fact that you can see the little black cylinders that the web fluid is stuck to the side of the costume.
Yeah, it's
y'all
super.
Have paused and looked and done some delving. All right,
this
y'all.
is what we do.
Spider-Man
This is crazy. I didn't see none of that.
Spider-Man for me is one of my holy grail.
Spider blood, radioactive spider blood. Yeah, dude.
Spider Pig.
Oh,
Spider Pig.
Jay was singing Spider-Man a couple of days ago when he got up and he was brushing his teeth and you were still asleep, and he was singing. He was pressing the buttons on his toothbrush because it has Spider-Man on it, and he was singing Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. And that's as far as he got, but it was the cutest thing.
Oh my god.
So
I'm gonna have to get him to sing it for me now.
A whole lot of shit happened in this trailer besides the Spider-Man.
So let me ask you guys, whose side are you on? Ooh. I'm trying to start a fight.
Oh, this ain't gonna be a fight. I already know whose side he's on, and I already know what side I'm on. I think we're on the same side.
What side are you on?
I'm with Tony.
Well, I'm Tony.
Me too. Okay, because fuck Captain America. I hate
He's
that
a
little
fucking
bitch.
Well, nah, it ain't even about that. Okay,
it's not that. Number
Look,
one, I don't
trailer,
agree with what I'm not in agreement with what Tony is.
There should be a middle ground.
Yeah, I'm not in agree. Like at the beginning of Civil War, you're like, I see why Tony's doing this, and Captain America is being a dick, and then you realize that Tony's taking it a certain way and being a dick too, and then that's why you have pivotal characters shift in and out of what side they're on. But I am not for the whole government needs to know who every one of us are thing. So I'm not for what Tony's standing for. I'm on Team Tony because, dude, it's Robert Downey Jr. and fucking Captain America is a fucking tool and a Boy Scout, and he reminds me of Superman, and I can't fucking stand Superman either. Oh my god, this is gonna be another episode. But yeah, fucking Team Tony, just because Robert Downey Jr. and Spider-Man's on his team first.
This is what I think about it. It's super leading. I watched. Before we recorded this, I watched the first trailer again. I watched it like 3 times.
Yeah.
That first trailer is super edited to make you think like Captain America, and especially because of what happened in the Winter Soldier, Captain America doesn't want none of these corporations. He doesn't want S.H.I.E.L.D. around him. He doesn't want to be controlled by these people, and they're all just trying to manipulate him. And so Captain America, in the first trailer, what I'm talking about, he gives off the impression of like he's going rogue and he's leaving because y'all are all corrupt, and I'm just going to go and do my thing the right way because I know what's good and just because I was a skinny little boy at one point in time and the world shit on me or whatever. And all of that's fine. In the trailer, the first trailer shows you a lot of like, there's that whole line where like, you know, I don't want to do this, but he's my friend, talking about Bucky, and that whole trailer is like, oh,
was your friend too.
Stop picking on Bucky, you know, I'm gonna, you know, team Bucky, and they make Iron Man out to be like
A bad guy.
they make in the first trailer a bad guy, but they make him out to be the company man. Like we do what we're told because we're told to do it. Like
that's kind of where he's coming from, though. I mean,
but in the new trailer,
not where it starts out at, but like Cap is a tool. Yeah, true, but it winds up to where Tony's got a good idea, but he winds up being a tool, and.
Well, I think we can pretty much agree that they're both tools, but Iron Man doesn't see too much of a problem. In my opinion, Iron Man doesn't see too much of a problem with registering with the government because everybody fucking knows who he is.
Yeah.
So why would it, in his mind, why would that be a big deal?
Yeah.
They know who you are. 'Cause he's very proud of Iron Man.
But basically, that first trailer was like, oh, this movie, Civil War, something that was a huge event in Marvel Comics, is because, Bucky...
Yeah, they totally throw all that shit.
But in the second trailer, in trailer number 2, you are actually seeing them in a room watching the devastation. You see one of the helicarriers fall out of the sky
from Winter Soldier
and it cuts over to Falcon's face where he's just like, "Oh fuck, I was a part of that."
That moment was my favorite moment where they're in that.
Like, yeah, you took down the bad guys, but look what you did at the same time.
They
you
show
blew up buildings.
You're both the same. It's basically all it boils down to. You're both the same on different sides of the spectrum.
And so the whole, I think that, you know, this is how it's gonna happen, folks. It's gonna happen where Tony's gonna win, and Cap is gonna come back because what it really is, he won't necessarily win. They'll convince him because the same thing that's gonna happen in the Batman versus Superman movie that you got two good guys. What's gonna happen is the Doomsday is gonna show up and they're gonna go, fuck, time out, let's go beat this guy.
Basically, if you're expecting...
That trailer threw me off with Wonder Woman, by the way.
Basically, if you're expecting Civil War out of the comic books, it's not going to happen because Civil War expanded through the entire Marvel Universe, had a huge line of characters. Now you're dealing with maybe 20 characters at the most. You're dealing with a handful of characters. This was a whole...
I don't think that this movie is going to end the Civil War storyline. But what I think is going to happen is that this is comic book movies. The plots are predictable. What'll happen is Cap will come back to the fray, and they'll go along with the system because Tony showed him the light or whatever. And then what's gonna fucking happen? The company, the new good guys, the new Big Brother guys, are gonna get fucking corrupted, and then we'll have to blow that shit all up again, just like we did with Shield. Like
I don't know. It's real, cause nothing that I know of in the comic books. It seems like this is going to take place. I'm glad that trailer number 2 came out, because I was getting really pissed off. But if you think this shit is as simple as fucking Twilight's Team Edward versus Team Wolfman,
it's gonna be super
bullshit.
How dare you?
If you think I'm saying
bring that bullshit to
well,
the table in this house.
This is what.
I saw all 4 of those movies.
Well, fuck you too.
No, actually, no, I didn't read. I only saw one movie, but I read all 4 of the books.
I read all 4 of the books too. I was once a middle school child.
This is not one of the things where you see like on Facebook whether or not you're on Team Stark or Team
what's his name? Rogers.
Yeah, Team Rogers. It's not Team Stark and Team Rogers because it's not that fucking simple. It doesn't matter if you're on this team because they've got cooler characters or not, or this team because they got the characters you like. The thing is the whole theme is that basically in the Civil War, both parties are wrong because both of them are fucking up and going about it the wrong way.
They're both gonna have some self-realization and some man, I'm sorry time.
But the thing I'm glad about is that this is not just a Bucky. This is the whole cast going on it. Yeah. And, you're going to have Ant-Man and stuff in there. And
do you see Hawkeye shoot an arrow with Ant-Man standing on top of it?
I saw that and I was like, oh my god, I have to watch Ant-Man before.
Wasn't Ant-Man like running across Captain America's shield as he threw it?
Hawkeye shoots the arrow, and then it zooms in on the arrow, and Ant-Man is standing on it, and then the arrow explodes in because I think Tony shoots it or something like that, or maybe it's just one of Hawkeye's exploding arrows. And Ant-Man jumps off, and like you see him jump between the fingers as like there's a blast coming out of Tony's hand. You see Iron Man jump through the fingers and run up his arm. Oh man, this movie's gonna be fucking awesome, dude.
I want to watch Ant-Man so bad again.
It's good.
It is one of the best freaking Marvel
I love
movies.
that line. It's not a keychain. Then you just see a big ass tank fly through the side of the building.
Oh my god, I love it.
Did you see that
We have got to go and get Ant-Man. It just must.
Did you see that Coke commercial with Ant-Man and the Hulk?
Oh, that was
in
good.
it?
That was a Super Bowl commercial.
The cutest commercial.
Look at those big green eyes.
The
I
world's
love
biggest superhero and the world's smallest superhero. Oh.
Paul Rudd was perfect
Oh my
for that
God,
role,
dude.
man.
Everybody in that movie. Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas,
Yeah.
Evangeline Lilly, the guy that played Yellow Jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I heard Evangeline Lilly say like 90% of that conversation they're having at the dinner table was like him improving.
Yeah.
And like
Paul Rudd improv a lot.
Well, I'm talking about Yellow Jacket was
yeah.
improving too, because I don't know his name. But
Well, the
he was
improv-
improving to her, like improvising this shit, and like she's sitting there like after that she had to get up and walk away. He like creeped her the fuck out so bad.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
guy's been in some other stuff, and I like everything I think I've ever seen him in.
Well, he was with Seth Rogen in the movie Knocked Up, and Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill and all of that, their band, they almost all the movies that they do improv. And I think Pineapple Express, I heard in an interview, was 100% improv. Like there was a plot and a plan and a this and a that, but most of it was all the way improv.
You're not.
Those
You're,
are funny
you're,
motherfuckers.
you're not sticking to a script entirely when you have that many stoners with that much money in one spot. It's not happening.
But I think that they definitely did right by showing us a whole lot more of like the driving points of the movie besides just stop picking on Bucky.
Yeah.
Which I mean I was okay with fucking that because I knew that it was not gonna just be that. They just haven't showed it to us yet.
I was pissed as fuck, dude. I was like all over the place.
I think
bitching about
definitely.
this. I'm not gonna lie, like I was fucking pissed. But at the same time, I was like, they better put out a new trailer soon. And they waited for fucking ever, and then they finally dropped it.
There was so much. There's been so much, and y'all, unless you're like super paying attention to all the conversations that fucking Captain America and Iron Man have been having for like the last 3 movies.
Yeah, this isn't just starting this movie.
They've been setting this movie up. For
Yeah,
a long time.
I've said it before. Tony's been going this way in every movie that he's been in
since the first Avengers.
Well, since Iron Man 1, you get a censor. He gets his first censor responsibility in Iron Man, but he's still a wild card.
He builds like the reactors and everything to power it. Yeah,
but he's still a wild card in Iron Man 2, and then he's slow. He still doesn't get it, and then he gets in the Avengers. New York happens, and then Iron Man 3. He's got this whole PTSD thing going on, because it's not just him, which everybody hates on that movie, but that was the most human movie out of all of them, because he is the only character that was like, I believe he had a line like, excuse me, but look, I went through a fucking wormhole with a fucking nuke on my back, like that shit happened. That shit happened. And he's like looking around at everybody
now what am I supposed to do? Just drink coffee the next morning? Like
this shit happened. You guys don't realize this, but this shit happened, and half of fucking New York got fucking totaled. Like aliens invaded, and you were sitting here fucking telling me that I'm in the wrong in Age of Ultron for creating the Iron Legion. And basically he's like, we want to get to a point where we don't have to do that anymore because it fucked me up and I know it's gotta fuck you up some way. So if we have something that could like do this for us, maybe we should. And then Age of Ultron happens, and then a whole country gets like so. So I think in this movie, when they're going to be sitting down and they're going watching footage of everything that happens, that's why you hear him in the trailer says, we need to be kept in check, and whatever that is, I'm game, because he's the only one that's got the human emotion enough.
He's the only one who knows that his responsibility goes outside of just beating up the bad guy.
Yeah,
Cap is like, I gotta go and save the people and beat up the bad guy, and Tony's like, nah, that's it's a whole lot more complicated than that.
And another part of that is like in Iron Man 2, he gets repercussions in Iron Man 2 for what he does in Iron Man.
Yeah, but he handles it like a boss.
But
I fucking love that movie.
He's the only one being drugged, because of who he is. He's the only one being drugged in front of the press and stuff. They have Captain America, sure, and then they make War Machine what they is, but they're trying to make them poster boys for doing their dirty deeds. To whereas the only one that's kind of outside the box here, like him, and which is why the relationship between him and Banner is so important, because they're the ones that are outside of the box. They're not. Stark doesn't work for the government. He's
successfully privatized world peace.
Yeah, he's
that was such a good line.
What do you call it? He like helps Shield, and puts money and makes shit, but he doesn't work for them. Yeah. He doesn't work for the government. Yeah. Banner doesn't work for anybody. Banner fucking rode off into the sunset.
Ooh, what's gonna happen with Banner?
Gamma babies.
He'll be back for Avengers 3, I think. I don't think we'll see him until Avengers 3.
Because I'm sure I didn't see him in Civil War.
I don't know if he's going to pop up in Civil War, but I don't expect to see him back until maybe we start doing the next Hulk movie, which I kind of believe we might be working towards Planet Hulk to World War Hulk. Planet Hulk, the Avengers fucking rocket him off into space.
The next time,
I remember that.
The next time we see Hulk will be at he'll be maybe not Civil War, but whatever the next movie from Marvel is going to be, he'll be the post-credit scene, and you'll see a little bit of the Hulk in the post-credit scene.
It'll probably be Civil War.
So now that we've drifted off of subject, I want to ask you a question. When are we getting that Thanos movie, and what characters do you think are going to be in it?
The Thanos is going to be in. He's not going to show up again until he'll show up again in Guardians 2, and then but for just a little bit, and then but they're keeping him in their pocket until Infinity Wars.
We're still building it.
So that's going to be.
We're still building it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've got the Tesseract, the Staff, the purple one.
Okay.
I don't remember what it's called.
Tesseract, the Staff.
There's 5 total, right? Or is there 4?
There's supposed to be 5 because it's
I think there's 5.
But I just remember 4 being across.
Oh, because there are 4 Knuckles.
I don't remember, but I think we're still missing a stone, right?
I think so.
And I think they're saving it for like Avengers.
They did it in Age of Ultron. Thor already knows.
There's a Thor. The Thor.
Oh no!
movie,
Yeah, it's in Age of Ultron. It's in Vision's head. It's in Vision's head.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe there's 5. I think that they're gonna save one for like the beginning of Infinity Wars, and it'll be like Thanos has all 4, and then Infinity Wars kick off with him going to get the 5th one.
So, do you think that since there was an Infinity Stone in 5 different Marvel movies? 4 different Marvel movies? Is it going to be 4? Is it going to be 5?
I think there's 5.
Do you think that the characters that were in the movies that the Stones were in are going to be in the Infinity Wars movie?
The Infinity Wars has already announced that it's got like 70 superheroes in it.
I think it's
this one. Like Civil War's supposed to have like 20 something, 27 I think, and then I think that Infinity Wars is supposed to have like a whole bunch, like 40 or 50. But
I'm excited about that movie.
But yeah, it's Thanos is gonna be good because Thanos is the one that's like in love with death, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in death is in love with him, but he can't be with death unless he dies.
That sounds a lot like Deadpool.
Well,
but death won't kill him.
Well, what it is Thanos is in love with death, and he's interacting with death, or the personification of death. Deadpool is the one that he's in love with death, but he can't die and can't be with death, and she's not going to kill him. They're both after death.
So basically, Deadpool's gonna come and whoop Thanos' ass.
Deadpool's already done it.
Deadpool's
Thanos
not in love with death. Deadpool just hates himself.
No, Deadpool is in love with death, dude. It's a whole thing in the comics since like the start of it, and like Deadpool himself whoops Thanos.
Yeah,
Squirrel Girl whoops Thanos too.
And what Thanos does is basically like make Deadpool unable to die for a while and like keep him away from death, and it's this whole fucking.
But Thanos is the one. Like I think I can't remember right. Maybe I'm getting this mixed up a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. That Thanos basically, his plan was to, because death wouldn't kill him, his plan was to literally just destroy everything, like wipe existence out.
Well, he's basically
that way there wouldn't be anything in between them.
He's basically
hopelessly romantic.
He's basically doing it for death. It depends on what you read.
That's so cute.
But I think that he succeeds. And instead of everything just not existing anymore, it all just starts over.
Okay.
And then it happens the exact same way again, and he's just
You're
trapped.
talking about years and years of comic book history here, dude. It all depends on what you read. I mean, hell, they just released a story in Transformers that's what if Optimus Prime didn't die in the movie, the animated movie. What happens? What if Hot Rod didn't like fucking get in the way and get held hostage where Megatron could blast Optimus Prime? So it's a whole one shot where Optimus Prime, and like Marvel does this shit, has been doing what ifs forever. Yeah. And like one universe is different from the other universe and multiverse, and fuck, I seriously think if you study comic books enough, you could be a rocket scientist.
Probably, because your mind, Kevin, I swear, if you could put as much fucking thought into any goddamn thing as much as you put into exploring this shit.
It's not a choice.
And he just was thinking he knows all these facts, and you know all these facts, just like, because you read them once and years ago, and it's still there. If y'all put any effort, a quarter piece of it into anything, you would be billionaires.
It don't take no effort, though. That's what you do. We don't put no effort into that shit. It just happens. Like this.
It's because you enjoy it.
Yeah, so it's not work. Like, you want me to go fucking work.
That's why we're sitting here on the cell phone. Hopefully one day making millions off of a podcast.
We're gonna be billionaires.
Do you ever hear that fucking stupid ass commercial for Brad's a life? Like, you probably didn't go to college or do this, but you work harder and twice as good as anybody else in this office, so we're giving you an honorary bachelor's degree. That's y'all motherfuckers. Both of y'all.
Hey, Haven, look, what do you see us doing right now? We're putting
Being awesome?
that knowledge to the test. Anyway,
I did a high five fart move right there.
It was sexy.
It was.
Do y'all want me to go now?
No. I want you to bask in the ambiance.
Yeah, that's right here.
Basking in the ambience.
And the flatulence.
Why does that smell like grapefruit?
I don't know. I didn't eat grapefruit. You smell it now?
I don't smell anything.
Oh, man. That's so...
So do you want me to do this outro, or are you going to do it?
I will say Tesseract, Staff, the one in Guardians of the Galaxy, and Vision I think those are all 4 different ones. I'm gonna look this up. We're gonna
Yeah,
know by the
yeah.
next
I think there's 5 because there's the Gauntlet. I don't know.
But I think there's 4.
If there's 4, then that's cool. But I feel like that would be a good point to start, like Avengers. I think that would be a good. If I was writing the 3rd Avengers movie, I think in granted, if there's only 4 stones, I would have only shown 3 of them. But if there's 5 stones, then I would have kept the 5th one. But I think that there should be 1 stone that we haven't seen yet. That kind of begins
I think
Avengers.
it's 4 because I don't think there's 1 on the thumb.
Yeah, I don't think there's 1 on. I feel like there's only 4.
Yeah, I think there's only 4, and I think we see all the Infinity Stones in Age of Ultron and Thor's vision, and he shows that. So we'll have to get off here, fast forward to that part on Age of Ultron, and it'll show us. All right, we'll say this real quick. It looks like Amazon, and this is super exciting to me. Amazon is bringing back one of my favorite characters of all time. I guess it's going to be on Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. It's going to be later this year. And they're doing another The Tick.
Oh, God.
I never seen one of them.
It's stupid.
Oh my God, the 90s.
I know it's supposed to be stupid.
The cartoon was epic, but the live action series with Patrick Warburton was just amazing. I love me some Patrick Warburton. If I could just walk around and talk like Patrick Warburton for the rest of my life, it'll be all right.
You can't.
Sounded like it could.
Sounded like it could.
You can't take anything she says to be truthful. She just said it was sexy when you farted on her a minute ago. She's an ass kisser.
I think that everybody understands sarcasm.
Oh. Now she's getting you in the ribs.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because I recorded Patrick Warburton impersonation on somebody's voicemail. That's Joe from Family Guy, and they thought the person that called that person's phone was like, did you hold that up to the TV and record a fucking voicemail? And I was like, no, it was Bones. And I was like, fuck yeah. To be granted that they were all stoners, but, whatever. All right, if I got the stoner vote, I win. So, there you go.
Yeah, man.
Unless we're talking about presidential candidates, and then I'm kind of wondering where my stoner votes are at.
Let's not talk about politics.
we'll wait for Jorge to get in here on that one. But September 30th, we're getting Luke Cage.
Yeah, I saw that.
On Netflix.
I gotta watch Jessica Jones.
I still haven't watched Daredevil. I still haven't watched Jessica Jones.
Slacking, bro. Daredevil was great.
And I'm already starting to get the pictures of
oh, he looks good. What's his
Punisher.
name? John Bernal or whatever his name is. Shane from The Walking Dead. Oh, dude, is the Punisher. I saw the fucking pictures, dude.
brutal,
He looks dope, man.
I saw something on Facebook earlier where him and the guy playing Spider-Man, Tom Holland, they were doing their Marvel, what do you call it? Videos, casting videos. They were doing that together, so it's like the two of them together, like the two new Marvel stars coming together to do this. So it was.
You think that which I know that as far as like the Netflix verse goes, they tie in to that they exist in the universe that the movies exist in. But do you think that the movies exist in the same universe that the Netflix verse is in?
Well, as far as I know, you have Coulson in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then you have Carter, the Agent Carter show. Both of those are supposed to be tied into the cinematic universe. So my bet is that they're going to get there.
And as far as like the Daredevil and Jessica Jones shows are concerned, everything has happened in the Marvel universe, but they've never in a movie referenced down to the like Netflix shows or even the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. They've never went down. Like the lower shows will go up and reference the movies, but the movies will never go down and reference. But I mean, there hasn't been that many movies out since this whole thing started.
And I don't know.
Do you think like when Infinity Wars comes around, we get fucking like Netflix Daredevil and Jessica Jones and shit up? That would be fucking
awesome.
good.
That would be awesome, and then just have Punisher up in that shit. And I think that's where everybody wants this to go, and I think there's a chance. Maybe just a speck of a chance we might get the shows referenced back into the movies. And if Marvel's smart, they'll do it. But at the same time, they may keep it separate until a certain point because there's going to have to be.
There's got to be stories. I don't think that we need not if you have to show up in Daredevil. But I think that if they want to put Daredevil in Infinity Wars, they need to bring the one they already got instead of trying to give us a new.
Well, the big one is your two New York characters being Spidey and Daredevil, and the Spidey Daredevil team up. So Tom Holland coming in to Daredevil and doing the Spidey Daredevil team up would be epic, but it would also be epic if in the future Spideys or the future Marvel movies, if we get Daredevil over there, or if we get Luke Cage over there, something along those lines. And what I think it is I think because you're two different areas, and I know Marvel is right there with Netflix, and that's why we have these. But I think there's still got to be more money thrown in certain directions to get these Netflix shows over into the actual cinematic universe. Are they tied? Yeah, I think they're tied.
Yeah.
Are the references
in? Are they tied?
Yeah, are the references in the TV show going to continue? Yeah, and I think they're going to crank it up.
Yeah.
Are we going to see it vice versa? Are we seeing the TV shows going up? Maybe.
And I hope they do.
And I think with stories like Civil War and Infinity.
What I really hope is that if they write a story for Infinity Wars, which we already know is going to have like 40 something characters. If you're gonna make a Marvel movie and you're going, you can go 10 deep. You can go 10 superheroes deep. You might even be able to, if you're really good and you pull out motherfuckers like Black Panther and Falcon, you can go 20 characters deep into the Marvel universe before you have to bring out Daredevil. But I don't think you can go 30 or 40 characters deep before we're like, hey, you got all of these joke-ass motherfuckers in here. Where's Daredevil?
Yeah,
and if that happens if there's 40-something people in Infinity Wars, one of them better be Daredevil. And if it is Daredevil, I don't want to see another Daredevil. I want to see the one we already got, the one that's on Netflix. I think that guy playing
the one that's making
awesome.
you money. You need to get that motherfucker over here making some more money.
Yeah, don't do a fucking third.
And cameo the others. Cameo Jessica Jones working on some of this shit. You know that would be great. If you've got this whole section, cameo all of it. If we only get a cameo, you still get the money. You still get our reaction. You can use them later. At the end of Civil War, like I said, I don't think we're going to see Hulk, but we might see Netflix characters, and that would be epic. That would be the drop in the hat.
Yeah, I think that got to pull out some of the ones. At least Daredevil. I don't think that like Luke Cage or Jessica Jones necessarily have to be pulled out. They're a little deeper.
Cameos would be great.
Yeah,
though.
But I think that dude, Marvel's one of my favorite, or Daredevil's one of my favorite Marvel guys, and it's mostly just off the Ben Affleck movie that everybody likes to hate on. But whatever, dude. I was young and I loved that movie, and I absolutely adore the first season of the Netflix show. And you really want to know what it is? It's not even. Like, the guy who plays Matt Murdock and Matt Murdock's character and everything is great in that show. But Vincent, what's his name? Vincent D'Onofrio, or whatever his name is, playing Wilson Fisk as Kingpin. The guy playing Kingpin is... Dude, that show is so different. Like, they completely changed everything about Kingpin. They went a complete opposite direction of what Kingpin has always been. And man, they pull that shit off, dude.
And I can't wait.
It's so good. And it's like 3 episodes into the show before you ever even see him. So like when he shows up, he's like Because, like, what's Kingpin? Kingpin walks around with a cane with a big-ass diamond on it, and he walks into the party, and he goes, this is my fucking party.
And he's
this
like
guy has got social anxiety. He doesn't like to be in fucking public.
So he's not like a super gargantuan sumo.
No, he's
dude.
a fat dude. Like,
Well, he's a
yeah, well,
really a fat dude in comics,
but he was big, and he was buff, and he was crazy, and he was super strong. This guy has, like, he's got fucking social anxiety. Like I said, he doesn't like to be in public. He has a guy. He's like almost a little bit like Tony Stark, where he like doesn't take things from other people or stuff like that. I don't think it's the exact same joke, but that type of like little ticks about him.
Mm.
Now he goes crazy and crushes a dude's head with a car door, but you know that was in the back alley. Like, but oh, dude, I love that character in that show.
And I can't wait. I definitely have
Come
to
over and watch it. I'll watch it all again.
Yeah, we will definitely do that because not only was I super stoked about the Netflix series, and I only hear good things, but the fact that the next character they go to was Jessica Jones, and the actress that got to play Jessica Jones is just awesome anyways. And then this next season, Jessica Jones has what's his name? Doctor Who, the 11th Doctor.
Oh, what's his name? Bowtie Doctor?
Not Bowtie Doctor.
You're talking about the guy who plays Kilgrave.
Yeah.
That's season 1 of Jessica Jones.
Season 1? Oh, man, dude.
He's in it, and he's good. I've seen like 4 episodes of Jessica Jones, and I stopped for some reason. Just shit happened.
All my Whovian friends are going to be like, oh, Bones, you dumbass. How could you forget his name? And I'm sitting here just like, oh, I'm sorry, Whovians. Don't jump into your TARDIS, come back in time, and bitch slap me right now to, like...
It already happened.
Yeah, it would already happen. I stole that from a movie somewhere. Or maybe it was Family Guy. No, it was Big Bang Theory. If one of us invents time travel, we'll, like, come back in the next 5 seconds, and they, like, look around and...
Yeah. I was like 12 years old, and I made that joke with my friend. I was like, let's just start trying to build a time machine, and then just as soon as we build it, come back to this moment. So where am I?
All right, guys. Well, this is pretty much
Yeah, we were kind of rambling about
the end of the road of episode 4. Anything?
Hello for the 3 people that are still here.
We love you guys. we love you guys. Please, for the love of God, like, share, and subscribe. Once again, we are on YouTube. We're on Facebook at Thy Evil Neighbor. We're on Twitter at Thy Evil Neighbor.
If you got topics you want to send in, send us the email at thyevilneighbor@gmail.com.
thyevilneighbor@gmail.com. You can message us off of Facebook. You can send us stuff on Twitter. Please, we'll give you a shout out like we did the 2 losers that actually talked to us.
Fuck you, Jake.
Y'all quit being mean to poor Jake.
Oh, we tore him apart.
He loves you guys.
We love him too. Like and share, Jake. Like and share.
Stand y'all being mean to poor Jake.
Oh my!
It's just a joke.
It's just a joke. He's okay.
All right, guys.
He
We
likes
will
being on
see you
blast.
next time. I'm Trey.
I'm Bones.
I'm Haven.
Y'all be good.